So hi everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel Fitness Fit Comedy Geek, and welcome to another episode of book reviews. So in the last episode of book reviews, I have reviewed a book known as 21 Lessons of 21st Century by Yuval Noah Harari. So hope you guys have watched that video. Might have purchased the book or go to the Kindle edition of the book and read it. And today I come with you another episode and with another video, another new book review, and it is a autobiography. This is my first autobiography type book which I am reviewing. Okay, and I would say one of the most interesting autobiography I've ever written. I am currently reading the autobiography of Nikola Tesla. In my opinion, but he is the greatest inventor of all time. But to understand his book, you have to have some prior knowledge of that field. But if you read this book, which is Sue Dog, it's a very famous book. You might have heard about this book in one way or another. So this book is all about Phil Knight, the founder of Nike Inc. All of you know about Nike. All of you have once in a lifetime have wore the shoe of Nike or have seen the shoe of Nike, or So this is all about the review of Sue Dog by Phil Knight. So I was saying that it is one of the interesting biography ever written. The storytelling way of Phil Knight is outstanding. You will forget that you are reading a non-fictional book. He have written in so much way that he's telling some story, and you are here to listen to the story. It feels like when you will read this book. Okay, so this was about the introduction of this book. So without wasting any time, let's now begin it. In the front page of this book, some of the greatest pioneer of the famous entrepreneur have given their reviews about this book, because he was, although of course he was an entrepreneur, Phil Knight. So Bill Gates have said that it's very amazing and it feels very real. And Warren Buffett says one of the interesting book that he have written. So you can imagine, no one is brutally honest about their company actually. So let me tell you what is this book is all about. This book is about making a company from scratch. Making a company from scratch and take it to $1 billion. So this is all about the story, ups and downs of the company, that is Nike Inc. So I was saying that no one is not all entrepreneurs are very honest about, not all the entrepreneurs are very honest about the ups and downs of industry. They would not give it so much detail as he have given in this book. He have divided this book into two parts. The first part is all about the beginning, how we come with the idea of opening a shoe company, and how what are the ups and downs of that earlier part of the Nike. And in second part, he discussed about in what way he decided to make it a public company. So that was it. So he have divided this book into actually 10, from 1962 to 1980 actually. So let me just begin now, giving the review of short review. Okay. Interesting thing is, you won't find any index in this book, because here it's very strange thing, not finding an index. Actually, in this book, I've told you that he divided into 18 years, like 1962 to 1980, and each year is of one chapter, considered it one chapter. And at the end, he have just write the conclusion, and in the year 2006, okay, and then the Knight has become public now, and what he is doing with his life. So that was it. So all this began about he was nicknamed at Buck at very early days. So all it began the story of Buck. So he was actually a runner. He earlier want to become a racer, runner in the field, and that's how he got an interest of shoe. He have a habit of seeing people's shoes, actually not seeing only notice people's shoes, and can you were very passionate about shoe. So he gets a crazy idea that he have talk about it down of this chapter. His called is a down, where we discuss about in the year of 1962 what he was doing and how he come with this idea, and what will he do. So that was all about crazy idea. You will find very interesting. I am telling you, the way he is writing quite I would say awesome way he have written this book. You will not stuck here and feel like you are just reading a business book. It's not like that. He is written very story wise. You will find very fascinating. So he was actually a graduate from Stanford Business School, and he was living in Oregon. So where he have come to idea out this company. So part 1 is all about that. Okay, see, you can see the part 1. So he have discussed about early life, how he discussed about this his father in 1962 part. He have discussed about the company, starting the company. Earlier started a company and discuss it with his father and what he is going to do. First of all, he want to travel the world, so he have gone to travel the world and like that. So this what is all about. Now 1963, he have actually given the 18 year of history of Nike, 18 years of history in 18 chapter by year by year. So you can imagine how in detail he have written about the ups and downs of company. You will find very interesting, and very fascinating thing, and you will learn many things about the personality of a person, personality of a never giving up person, how they actually act. They are not different from us, actually they also fail, they also are able to get to the point where they could decide what to do and what not to do. But yeah, one thing is that they never give up. That's part you will learn in this chapter about Phil Knight. He was a really never giving up person, in every field, personal, always a professional. So in 1963 part, he have discussed about his tour of Japan, where he get the idea of starting a shoe company by making contract with Japanese there. Okay, so here I have also discussed about some personal life. So in this part, he have decided about how he climbed Mount Fuji and come with the idea and discuss with some of the pioneers of shoe industry there in Japan. So that was it. And in a subsequent year, he have discussed about how he come back to US and just began the company. By earlier he have no idea how to do it. So he basically just start a company like some of the famous company that started like Apple in a ground. In a similar way, he started a company. So I really named the company as Blue Ribbon. Okay, it's very silly name for a shoe company. So nevertheless, they have just started to begin their career there. So in gradually, slowly and gradually, he just established a contract between Japanese and get them to deliver the shoes, and then they started to selling them. Okay, to sports persons and some pioneers there. And yeah, he have discussed about that part, the earlier days. In the middle part of this, in 1970s, okay, in 1970 he has discussed about the now the Blue Ribbon had become now famous renowned company. So they wanted to change to something else. Someone advised him to change the name. Okay, so he came into capital Nike, just incidentally. He have also and in this part in 1970s, in the 10 years span, he have also discussed about competition with Adidas and some others, Puma. He have discussed about how the healthy competition and how tough for them to stay on the market. He have discussed about that. You will find it very interesting. He have written in a very interesting way. Like some a fictional story writer write the story. Okay, I've already told you that what is. Now we begin the part 2. Okay, you can see. In part 2 is from 1975 to 1980s and later 2006. So in this part, he have discussed about some of the legal objection they are going through. Some of the they now shift their shoe manufacturing deal from Japan to US. So Japan, some of the people whom he was originally dealing with sue him, and how he fought that battle. He have discussed about it. Okay, very interesting fact. You will find it very interesting. In some chapter, I forgot to tell you that in some chapter he have discussed about his personal life also, how when is how he cope up with his personal life and professional life, because earlier days company was not making any revenue, so he have to rely on some friends for the rent of his house and something else struggle. Okay, and many more. So all struggle have discussed about it also. I'm not make it separate way. It's just that autobiography is like year by day, like he have discussed everything, almost everything in those years, year by year. So it's very interesting thing. You will find a very continuous manner. Okay, continuity is important in every book. When you're reading a book, if it is not continuous, you will not find it interesting, and as well as you will forget and what you have read, or it's very difficult to remember all the parts. So in this book, it is not like that. Okay, so part 2 is all about the legal deals he was with now. So now 1980s have come, and in 1980s part he have discussed about he from very trouble making decision, he just come to now it's time to make Nike public. So we discuss about how he deal with that and what are the problem he was facing, which he have discussed in this part. Okay, so read this. Okay, so that was the case here, and at the end, night at the end, he have just discussed about what he is now, and what he was earlier. What how the he have discussed about. I think the 2006 will be is the year where he have begun to write his autobiography, or he was written from earlier. I don't know, but conclusion here is 2006. He have concluded this book. Okay, and that one is, I guess, guys. So please read this book. I am honestly recommending you to read this book. If you want to develop, if you want to learn about companies, how they work, how they establish, or you want to establish your own company, something like that. So you have to read this book. Every entrepreneur or every person who want to work in a corporate sector always take reference from this book. The way of writing is very fabulous, I would, and interesting way he have written about all the business oriented take and a company oriented take in a story wise manner. So it's quite interesting to read and worth to read it. Okay, so that was his guide. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this video, guys. So in the next video I will come with review of another book. Okay, so hope you liking these parts, all these episodes of Big Reviews. Okay, I have already told you that my intention is to encourage you to read books, great books, which can shape the mindset, because most of us just build their mindset based on we going through the environment. It's not like that. You have to think ahead and beyond the environment we are in. You can, and the best way is to learn about great people, how they deal with that. So you cannot talk with the great people by going through and chatting with them. So best way to read their books, their work, what he have written. So you will inspired by it, and you can learn from it and shape your mindset by it. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Take care. Bye.